Hi, my name is Carolyn and I work at Spark Place. Let's just get rid of that for a second. Spark Place is a makerspace. It's located in Xenia, the Xenia branch of Greene County Public Library. Today, we're going to talk about upcycling. So how to take things that already exist, you may have them in your house so they'll be easy to find, and change them around so that you can do something new with it. So first thing we're going to talk about is actually sustainability. When we do that, we are trying to keep the planet from producing more, and we're making the planet more sustainable. So this is a website called Sustainable Outfits. They have got a list, not that we necessarily need to go through the list, but just the concept, Sustainable Outfits right there. They have a list of designers that actually use fabrics that have already been printed or woven, created in some form, and are just sitting in a warehouse somewhere. So they buy them and use them instead of creating new fabrics or having new ones made for them. They're using ones that already exist. It's a lot of designers are doing that, or manufacturers. Here's just a huge list of all of them. Another thing that they can do, and this is a website of Jean-Paul Gaultier. He's a pretty famous designer. Let's see his name. And this was his spring summer 2020. So this was last year. And his whole fashion show, the clothing was sustainability and taking garments that already existed and refashioning them in some manner. So here we can see it looks like he's taken a men's shirt and just kind of put it on some kind of a halter and just is letting it hang there. Same thing here with a jacket, here also with a jacket. Scroll down a little bit more, we're going to see ties, men's ties. You can pick them up probably like in a thrift store. Whole outfit here made of ties. This one I found pretty interesting. This is, the whole outfit is, it's like it's jackets. The sleeves are still on there. I'm not exactly quite sure how he put it together, but it's definitely an idea of things you can do. This one looks like it has pocketbooks on it. So there's people doing this. Let's take a look at a couple of other sites. Free People, also a clothing manufacturer. I thought these jeans looked great. You could buy a pair of jeans in a thrift store that possibly might not even fit you. And by adding all these pieces of fabric, maybe they will. I just found this whole thing really unique. And Free People is a pretty expensive line of clothing. So this would be something that you could just do at home. Vogue magazine, designers on where they source their upcycled looks. So this photograph I loved, simply because of where it was taken. If anybody has ever been in downtown Dayton, there's a road down by the river where they recycle, and there's just bundles like this of compressed recycled material, and it's so colorful. Such a great spot for taking photographs. It's different. I liked it. So these are designers. Oh yeah, it's a whole list of designers that are just upcycling. They're taking fabrics that pretty much exist and they're reusing them. So let's take a look at some of them. So you can see here, there's like a mixture of prints that they're just adding. And this is the designer Duro Olowu. Oh, this is an Instagram of another designer right here. That's Shida. And she is buying fabrics that she are already printed and making dresses out of them. Let's see, it's this woman and this woman, everyone else is a model, that started this clothing line. And you can see there, they just take a lot of different fabrics and put them into garments. Very colorful. I mean, you can see it all layered in there. This one I thought was pretty interesting. I loved the photography. So definitely high fashion. And just kind of mixing. So you can see we've got the same sleeves here, but by changing the fabrics, you get a completely different look. Oh, this was the one, the skirt right there. And then the white skirt at the top is actually the same pattern, just different fabrics. And they're upcycling their fabrics. So let's move into how you can do this at home yourself. Of course, the website has, the web has got a zillion places you can go. YouTube is obviously a huge place with great tutorials. But I've pulled up a bunch of different things. So let's take a look. So the first one we're going to start out with is Tom's canvas shoes, or really any canvas shoes. You could pick them up anywhere. And then how to dress them up. And I got this idea because there was a woman who came into Spark Place with a pair of canvas shoes on that she had just taken pieces of fabric and glued them literally onto her shoe. They looked fantastic. So I was like, oh, that's where I got the idea. Let's talk about upcycling things. So here they're specifically talking about the brand Tom's canvas shoes, but you could use any. So this is just adding dots with the end of a pen with fabric paint, a pencil, excuse me, the eraser of a pencil, adding bows, how to make a bow and add it. They have so many cute ideas in here. So there's the bows, and they're telling you how to do it also. This one is lace and flowers. I mean, you could probably wear those shoes out like on an evening event if you needed to. This one is just adding those little pearly touches. You can see them right there. There they are. And this one is adding lace. This one is putting photographs. So you're just printing the photographs on paper and then putting them on with like a Mod Podge. Pretty easy. Oh, and that's how that woman put her, the glue that she used to put the cloth on hers was with Mod Podge. So there they are, just pieces of paper. And then the Mod Podge will protect them. Of course, they'll wear out eventually, but if you were to step in a puddle, they wouldn't disintegrate. And then they added this little kind of trim on the edge. Sequin stripes. Oh no, look at this, coated in glitter. I add glitter on, and then it looks like they're putting Mod Podge. Initials, how to sew on your initials. Those are pretty fancy. Covered them in crystals. Little hearts. So canvas shoes, any canvas shoes that you just dress up. Let your imagination go. And Mod Podge is a great way to do that. This is this isn't going to talk about how to do it. This is for sale. Used to be $1,250 and it's now marked down to $875. This is an upcycled denim jacket. It looks like they actually took kind of two, because one they're off down here and they're off up here. But you could do this with any denim jacket. And then just scraps of fabric. We have sewing machines here at Spark Place. We have an embroidery machine and we have a regular sewing machine. It's an industrial sewing machine, so it's heavy duty. So it could handle this denim. Doesn't have to be ripped, just sew the patches on it. And then you could even you could distress it and add some rips. This one, so you can applique with the embroidery machine. So you would be able to make this here, or if you had use of an embroidery machine somewhere else. And they put little bumblebees. It wouldn't have to be bumblebees. You could do anything. You could pick any kind of decal that you wanted. You could even use our sublimation, and you could print on fabric, pieces of scrap fabric, and then applique that piece of scrap fabric. So you could do pictures of your kids or your friends and then applique them onto the jacket. Might not be able to do all of that at home, but you could certainly come into Spark Place and do it. Oh, this is grommets. So we have a grommet machine that you can use to grommet a banner. And that's what most people do, use the grommets for. But we did have somebody come in for Halloween costume, and she had made a corset, and she didn't want to take the time to hammer in the little fine corset grommet. So she came in and used our grommet machine and just put it right through the leather. We do charge for the grommets, so there would be a cost associated with that. But you know, what you can do with grommets. So this is adding grommets. Let's close that out. We don't need that. Let me see here. For a tote bag. So there you go. You just put grommets on and knotted something on there. Then she gets into some other ideas. So grommets are a great thing to upcycle. This I really liked. So this is, we're going to talk about leather. What can you do with leather? So if there's an old leather jacket that you have lying around that you're not going to wear anymore, it's outdated, or a pair of leather pants that are outdated, that's already a clothing leather. So it's probably soft, probably supple, probably malleable, bendable, drapable. So you can cut it apart and make a bunch of stuff. So this person actually sells this. It's $12, but he's got a video here on how to do it. And then it comes with the pattern. Right, here's a picture of the pattern. So here we have laser cutters. So you could actually laser the design. He has you hand hammering it in with a leather tool, but you could laser engrave the design into the leather. And you could laser cut out the leather. So you could use these patterns, and then we would put them into the computer, and the laser would cut those shapes out of the leather for you. All pretty interesting. Recycled leather for earrings. So again, you could use the laser to cut these earrings. I don't think this pattern, oh, it's European, it's in pounds. But this would be so easy to design. The only thing you would need to buy would be the hooks for the earrings. It's a nice gift idea. So this is the website for the laser we have here at Spark Place. We have an Epilogue Laser, and you can see that this went to the Epilogue website. And on their website, whoops, didn't want to do that. On their website, they, we don't want a live chat either. We can close that. They have a whole thing on laser engraving and cutting leather. So the leather here in these hats is what was engraved and cut on the laser. The hat has nothing to do with what was done. So this is a book binding that someone laser engraved, and it goes into the types of leather that you can use the laser engraver for. There's a video, so someone did an entire book on that one. And then you can see here laser engraving leather, and then cutting leather, benefits of cutting leather. And then these are actual projects that they have on their website that you that they might have the information for on how you can do. So how can you find out about that? So this is us, Greene County Public Library. We are not an online resource. We are a service, and we are a space, and we are Sparkplace. Once you come to our web page, you can see our equipment list. And here we've got videos of all of our equipment. So you will see the embroidery machine, laser cutters and engravers, and the sewing machine. So you can see a video on all the pieces of equipment, so you can just get a little introduction as to working with them. And then if we were to go back up to the Sparkplace home, you can see the price list. So say you wanted to use the Grommets. The Grommets would be considered part of vinyl printing. And you can see here, Grommets are free with a banner. So if you print a banner and want to put Grommets in it, that's what's hanging behind me is a banner. Or you would pay 10 cents each if you brought in a piece of clothing or curtains that you wanted to grommet or whatever. It would be 10 cents a grommet. So you can come here to our webpage, to the Greene County Public Library webpage, and then find Sparkplace under services. Let's see what else we've got here to do. So this I thought was incredibly creative. She was making a costume. So this was actually about upcycling hats. You're not going to the Kentucky Derby, and you don't need to add feathers and flowers and all of that fun stuff. But you are going, say, to the Renaissance Festival and want to have a steampunk hat, or you're going to some other event where you could wear a steampunk outfit. She not only has a steampunk hat here, she has got like a battery pack thing for the back. She tells you exactly how she makes it. And she is really recycling stuff. So these are 2-liter bottles of soda. And there it is. Great costume, steampunk. There you go, for a hat or an entire costume. So one of the things you can also do here is 3D print, and Thingiverse is a great website to go to. I just typed in steampunk, and another thing you could type in is like a cog. You can see here somebody 3D printed the goggles, but if you wanted to find, you could, if I can move this thing, we'd be able to go. There we are. Let's just, I know they have them because I printed them. Cogs. And all you want really are like gears. You're just looking for some nice, there we go. Nice plain gears that you could print and just glue onto your hat. So all oh, that's a great one. Look at them all. And just 3D print them. There you go, steampunk hat. How to reuse a hat. Let's move this down. Let's see what else we've got up here. Oh, this was, they took a lamp. Now you'd have to really shop for your lampshades here. They took a lampshade and she just took the fabric off the lampshade. So she started here. Whoops, let's just move down a little more, sorry. She just started here with some old lampshades. And she just cut the fabric off. Had a wire lampshade, and she copper spray painted it. And she put some stuff together so that she had a lamp. And she does have a picture of it here. I mean, so simple. If you have a lamp, you don't even need to do all of that. But she was hanging hers. And that's why she had all that done. So there they are. Just hung them up. Put one of those. There you go. Better picture. So if you have a lamp that you're going to put it on, you don't even need to do all the work of creating the hanging lamp. And you could just put the lampshade back on the lamp. Oh, this was amazing. These are placemats, and so many people have videos. YouTube is another great place to go to for this stuff. Have turned placemats into handbags. Never would have thought of that. So this is just a quick view of some of them. She just added, you could glue that on, the pom-poms, the rip-rack. You might be able to find them on children's garments in a thrift store and cut them off and put them onto the placemat. Two more. I mean, she just has a bunch of them here. She's got tutorials for all of them. So turning placemats into handbags. Now we're into the men's shirts. People are so creative with men's shirts. So if your dad or uncle or grandfather or somebody wears like a button-down shirt to work, they've probably got some that maybe have a rip in the elbow. You can definitely find them at thrift stores. This person turned it into a dress. I just thought that was great. Now this takes some sewing, but a lot of these are all tutorials. So she's upcycled it into a dress here, into a little crop sleeve with a little bell at the end of it. So there's a cute little top. Some of this is probably a little more sewing. Here's a halter. But we do have sewing machines that you can come in and use. All these pop-ups. Here's the one with the little, what did she call that? Yeah, bell sleeve. She tells her how to do it. There she made a child's dress. I think somebody else made an apron out of one. A lot of things you can do. Now we're going to get into jeans. You can find jeans anywhere. You might even have some at home. Maybe your sibling has outgrown a pair of jeans, or you have. So that little teddy bear is probably going to take quite a lot of sewing talent. Let's see what else. Oh, the placemat. I just thought that was so cute. Probably pretty easy to make too. A lunch bag or a tote bag. She's got all kinds of ideas here. That's the back of a chair. So jeans, how you can change and upcycle denim jeans into all kinds of things. An Easter basket, little cell phone holder while you're charging, a rug right there. So all kinds of ideas for denim jeans. This is a lunch bag out of denim jeans. So these are all just blog spots. All you have to do is go onto the internet and type into whatever search engine you like, Firefox, Google Chrome, upcycling, and 1,000 things show up, millions, hundreds. So this is a little lunch bag that somebody made. She tells you exactly how to do it. And what is, oh, this one is the coasters. I loved these. It's just a little woven denim coaster. So this might not take as much sewing. They probably cut the jeans into strips. Yeah. And then wove them together. Oh, she does sew them together so that she has something to work with. And then she weaves them the other way. And then she'll probably sew those together so she can secure it. Yep. But denim is quite absorbent, so that would make a great coaster. Fun things to make is gifts that just don't have to cost a lot. That'll be a lot of fun to make. So let's just check and make sure that we covered everything here. Let's stop sharing the screen and I'll come back to you. So the canvas shoes, any kind of canvas shoes, how you can upcycle those. We didn't even have a video. Oh yeah, the denim jacket. We saw the denim jeans where they added patches, but you could do the same thing to a denim jacket. We saw the embroidered denim jacket. So and the leather. So how to make a dice box for D&D, how to make the earrings, denim jeans. You can make those woven coasters. You could make a slouch bag, like just a over the shoulder kind of hobo kind of bag. You could make a tote bag, a lunch bag, placemats, lots of things to do with denim jeans. Men's shirts that we found, we didn't see these, but I have seen them, aprons, baby clothes, and then a shoulder bag and a tote bag. What I did with my kids is I took kitchen towels, some people call them tea towels. I cut a hole in the middle. I put like the top of a t-shirt. So you just get an old t-shirt and you just cut this rib top out. I sewed it inside the circle and I made bibs for my kids. My kids were messy. We went through a lot of bibs, so it was super easy. And they held a lot of the staining because they were meant to do that. They were towels. We talked about making a hat, upcycling a hat if you're not going to the Kentucky Derby, but how to turn it into a steampunk hat. And then placemats, how to upcycle placemats into some kind of a handbag or a little tote bag. And then how to do the lamps by taking the fabric off the outside of the lamp, spray painting it. She showed you how to wire it so that you could hang it, or you could just screw it right back onto the top of a lamp. So thank you so much for joining us, Creative with Carolyn, Upcycling Clothes, and we'll look forward to hearing and seeing you here at Spark Place. Thank you.